What's up, Reds? Welcome to another video. I'm your host, Kyle. This is the Sunday Summary Talk Show on Nothing But Reds. And I just want to thank everyone who tuned in last week. Our last week's Sunday Summary was a huge hit. Most views we ever got on the channel. Keep the comments coming. We love the banter down below in the comments. And of course, if you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up button. With me to talk about everything Liverpool today is the legend himself, Stephen Norbury. What's up, Steve?
What's going on? I'm
Oh,
excited to chat again, as always, and we're getting closer.
love it. 7 days.
7 days, man. I can almost smell it. I can smell the empty stadiums.
It's just crazy. We're going to have sound in there, but we don't have the money to put fake cardboard people in there, so it's going to be empty. But we
Yeah,
do
we're
have the
just
sound.
window shopping mostly lately,
Yeah.
so those are a little bit out of our price range. But it's okay because we don't need those.
We don't. We don't.
Yeah,
All we need
it's
is to play in Anfield. That's it. That's all we need.
yeah.
But yeah, we got scrimmage earlier in the week. We had the boys play Blackburn. Excellent game. I'm sure everyone saw some of the highlights. Just fantastic. We had Keita scoring. We had Minamino scoring. Joel Matip, two of the youngsters scoring. I could pull it up here in a second. But it was just a great game overall. We saw the potential of Minamino and Keita that we haven't really seen, mainly because Minamino had just gotten here. And then, of course, we had Keita, who'd been injured for like the past 2 years. And I think this is his time. He's going to
I
shine.
mean, I've said that a handful of times. I really want it to be because, like, he's the player that I was most excited about us bringing in, like, more so than Van Dijk, Allison, Fabinho. It was Keita. Because like he was like the Timo Werner of 2018, where we talked about it, we waited, we're like, when's it happen? Finally, we signed him and had to wait a whole year.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then when he came, I was like, wow, this guy's legit. This is great. It didn't really take him too long to get going, but the injuries staggered him, as opposed to like Fabinho, who was just absolute trash for 4 months. Keita was actually like up to speed,
Mhm.
but he just ended up getting hurt. So there's nothing I want more than to see that man shine. And you're right, this could be the time, but I'm not gonna expect anything else other than what we've seen so far. So let's enjoy him for the 2 or 3 games he's fit, and then we'll see him again in 3 months.
You're terrible, man. I love the guy. He's gonna do so well at this club if you're right, if he can stay healthy. But yeah, so I got it pulled up here. We had Sadio Mane even got on the score sheet. Naby Keita and Minamino, like I said, Joel Matip, like I said, and then Keanu Hoiver and Leighton Clarkson. Leighton Clarkson's goal was really nice. I'm not sure if you saw it, but he had a nice little 1-2 with one of the youngsters. He headed it down to him. Nice footwork in the box, and then he was just patient and chipped it over the keeper. Really nice goal.
Yeah, I saw that. I think it was him and Hover.
Hover, that's right.
I think it was Hover. They both fought really quickly on their feet. It was beautiful 1-2 play. But
Yeah, it was fantastic. They just couldn't hang with us. Of course, we always play Blackburn in preseason along with like Preston North End and just scrubs. But we did well. 6-0. You can't it's not like, and plus we split it. I think the first half it was all starters, and then the second half we played most of the young guys. So splitting it up like that, still getting 6 goals, fantastic. Fantastic stuff. Any thoughts on any of the players that you saw that really stood out to you? I mean, of course, Bobby was fantastic, but
yeah, Bobby was an 11 out of 10 as usual. Um, no, I think they're all a level above Blackburn.
yeah,
So they all
we
looked
could just
pretty good.
we don't even need to discuss it any more than that. It was against Blackburn,
Keita and
but
Minamino got me excited. Let's go.
oh yeah, yeah.
Let's
And
go.
then
I'm rooting for
also,
those
just for
guys.
all the fans out there, just some satisfaction here. If you hate Man United, I'm pretty sure Man United lost to West Brom. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. It's like,
Also,
go ahead.
I think Kai Havertz is going to snub Man United.
I think he's going to Chelsea, bro.
Yeah, but I don't think that's official yet.
Nothing's official. Timo Werner isn't even official yet.
It's true.
Yeah, but let me just look up the score real quick just to get some confirmation. And oh, these are from like 3 years ago. It doesn't matter. We're moving on. So, next topic, we got Van Dijk, man. Van Dijk is rumored to sign a new contract at £220,000 per week. This is barring that we do lift the trophy, which obviously it's looking like we're going to do that. So, with that comes prize money. With that comes rewards for players like Van Dijk, like Allison. Allison hasn't been reported yet, but Van Dijk more than deserves it, man. More than deserves it. He'll be the highest paid player. I think Salah's at £200,000 per week. What do you think about giving this rewarding contract to Van Dijk?
I think we're lucky to have him.
So
And
lucky.
here's why, because he's happy to be here as far as I know. He's not necessarily young, so he's in his prime, as far as I know,
Yeah,
as far as I'm concerned. But also, he could go to Real Madrid and make double this.
easily.
They would pay him over 400. Like, that's not unheard of by any stretch. Like, Ozil's in the high 300s
Yeah.
from a contract he signed 5 years ago. Guys like Sanchez, 360, 380, whatever they're making. Van Dyke is easily could make double what we're going to give him. And I think it's just indicative of the fact that he enjoys the culture, the club, the fans, and just being the man.
He's
So
very yeah, sorry, go ahead.
yeah, no, I mean, there's other players that will be up for pay bumps soon, or we hope extensions and pay increases. But this is good for the club because if Van Dyke, who's easily the best defender in the world, like it's not you can't argue it ever again.
Can't.
At least right now, maybe in a few years if he slows down, but that doesn't seem to be happening, or doesn't. I just don't see that happening. It's good for us as the club financially because no one's going to demand more than Virgil Van Dijk. So we don't have to worry about people barking that they need 250, 300. It's like Virgil makes 220. You will not make what Virgil makes.
Virgil could play your position better than you, and he's a
Yes, this is
defender.
good for us.
Yeah.
Yes. We're lucky to have him because he could make a lot more.
You're absolutely right, man. There's no question because if you look at players like God, if you some PSG's payroll, some of the players on PSG are making bank, and it's unreal how we are so thrifty with what we pay our players. 220 and 200 for Salah. Now, of course, contracts have different stipulations, right? So you have the add-ons, the incentives. You know, if you have this many clean sheets, you get this X amount. So I'm sure they have that strategy built in as well. But a lot of these other clubs, take Chelsea and Arsenal, their baseline pay is more, but they probably don't have the incentive. So to speak to what you said, he loves the club, man. He loves the culture. He doesn't seem like a guy that's all flash. He seems like he's very down to earth. Seems like he wants to go to work every day. He wants to appreciate the fans, and he just loves the culture at the club, man.
Couldn't agree more. Great bit of business by our man.
It's fantastic.
Um, and I think, yeah, it's this, what I keep thinking about is like, just to reiterate this, it's so important for us as a club. No one can demand more than him.
No,
No one. He revamped the entire club, the entire defense, and um, it puts a cap at what players are going to make for a while. And
it
I'm happy
does.
about that, and we're lucky to have it.
It's just crazy. We're slowly climbing up, you know, as the market goes up and our players get better. Because I was looking at it, and I could be wrong here. So, guys, let me know if it has been updated. But the last time I looked, Sadio Mane is still only making like 150, and it may even be less than that. I don't think he has signed a new contract yet. So if you look at players like that, the next time they get bumped, if they get bumped, you're looking at unbelievable money. Probably 210, probably 220, but you're right. I don't think anyone's going to make more than Van Dyke. And even Allison, man, Allison's such an integral part of our defense. Allison's only making 90. It's
Hmm.
crazy. It's crazy stuff.
Wild.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
now that's a perfect transition. No, actually, before we get into that, closing thoughts for you. Go ahead.
Yeah. Last thing I want to say is I think this all comes from Klopp. He's built a system where these players will. He's built a system and a club where he's only going to attract the right players that will fit with the fans and
Yes.
his system and just the methodology behind LFC. So guys like Allison and Van Dyke, they're not flashy. They're hard workers. They're not. I think of Paul Pogba. They're not anything like that.
That's a
I
great
do like
analogy.
Pogba, but it's just a for comparison's sake. You're bringing in people that are unselfish, that don't need the huge paydays, that want to play for a club that means something, that doesn't buy trophies,
Right.
and things of that nature. So it's not like guys like Coutinho. Goodbye. See you later. You want more money? You're not getting it here. You want to go play for one of the Giants? Go ahead.
Another good example is Emery Chan. Emery Chan, I think, wanted 200K a week.
Ah,
Like,
he wasn't even an
like
everyday player.
it's like Emery. Sorry, buddy. You score 3 goals a year in all comps, and you do nothing for us. except a bike kick every now and then.
He was a good player,
All right, look,
but he wasn't
listen,
even an everyday starter.
I'm gonna get hate for that, but I love Emery Chan. I wanted him to stay, but not at 200K a week. Jordan
No,
Henderson and James Milner are on 140. I'm not giving Emery Chan more than either of them.
no, because Milner is an absolute soldier, and Henderson's just an icon, like
God,
the leader.
Henderson, man, if I could just embody Henderson's like persona and work ethic, like you could excel at anything you put your mind to. Like Henderson could probably go and play rugby or baseball, and he'd probably be the best player in the league. But anyways, so you're
Maybe
talking
on
about
defense, but
Coutinho.
he
That's
cannot
good.
hit a
So
baseball. Sorry.
Coutinho, man, this guy, he won't go away. He won't go away. The reports are coming out that Barcelona are willing to pay some of his wages to get him out of Barcelona. They bought him for 142 ish, right? The reports are saying he's looking to come back to Liverpool for 44. Okay, now 44, I don't see it. I don't see him come back at all, period. But the reports are saying he's reached out to Klopp. Him and his agent are reaching out to Klopp. I'm just watching your face right now. Reaching out to Klopp saying, we want to come back. In what world does Coutinho come back to this club after what he did?
44?
44.
Take him back!
Oh my God. I
Look,
couldn't.
Look, 44 million? That means you made 100 mil off him.
I don't care.
44 million.
Man. Because the next thing you know, we're buying Emery Chan and Sterling. I'm just saying.
Now
Look,
you're bugging.
man,
I'll bring Danny Sturridge back for a quick 4.5 mil.
I'll bring Danny Sturridge back yesterday. All right? Wrap him in bubble wrap.
Dude, 44 million, now we're talking.
All right, so let me all right, so 44 million. Why give me two reasons or just any reasons. Give me why you would bring Coutinho back.
Because the fans would welcome him back. Maybe not right immediately, but he's still class.
That's me. I'd be very salty.
I would be salty as well. But when he starts hitting those curlers and his free kicks are just on point, you're just going to be like, welcome back, Philly. We love you.
Quick stat, interject there. He had in his time, I think between 2012 and 2013 and the time. Yeah. And the 2012 and 2013 until the time he left, he had the most goals from outside the box of anyone in the Premier League. I think it was, I don't know what
this is. That's the box.
That's the box.
Yeah, I was just predicting what you were going to say.
19 goals from outside the box. And I'll never forget that first one, like he hit him, obviously, but he started turning up in that 15-16 season when he was hitting them against Southampton and Man City. That was 14 and 15, but he started coming out of his shell, man. He is a talent.
44.
44, I don't.
44 million. No? 44 million?
No.
We bought the Ox for 44 million. 40 million, 30, whatever.
You make a good point. My only thing is, man, it's like my pride. It's like I have nothing to do with this transfer, but my pride, because I've been talking so much smack about Philippe Coutinho since he left. And if he were to come back, I'm the type of fan where I have to support everybody on the team. I support Lovren, for God's sakes. So if Coutinho came back, I'd be mad at myself because I don't want him. I've been talking all this smack about him, and now he's back on the team, and it's like, I'd go back on my word. But he would we'd have to go back to the system we were playing when he was here. You brought this up last week where we've gone away from the center attacking mid role. So where would he fit in, and how would that affect Robertson and Trent?
He'd be a sub.
You'd make 44 million signing a sub?
We have so much money on the bench already, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Fabinho doesn't start every game. Keita, Ox. So what? Someone will get hurt. He'll slot in for a regular appearances. See what he can do. 44 million,
it's just crazy the story of this guy. Star captained Liverpool for a couple games before he left, as we were trying to get him to stay. Goes to Barcelona, trash, and then he goes to Bayern Munich, trash. comes back and he's a bench player. It's just unbelievable, this story.
He would have to play his role. His word
And
no
he
longer
wouldn't be
holds
able to
any
say
weight.
anything.
Nope.
Anything.
Nope. And like the club is an accepting club, I think.
Agreed.
So is it going to happen? Probably not. Are the rumors true? Probably not, in my opinion.
Well, they're coming from your favorite outlet, Telesport and El Equipe.
Oh my God. Those random news stations in like Lille, Monaco. Like, why?
What do you
Why?
know?
Why are they reporting on Coutinho?
It's because nothing's going on in France.
It's like a reliable source from L'Equipe. Who? Who's reliable? Did the Bible say it? Did James Pierce say it? Because if not, it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I'm going to pull up his Twitter right now. Let's move on to the next thing. I just don't
Sounds
think
good.
I just don't think it's true.
Sounds good. So as well as I mentioned, we had Pedro Chiravella going to Nantes. There were reports he was going to sign a new deal. I don't see why he would sign a new deal with us. He's 22 or 23 years old. He maybe even be 24, and he rarely plays. He wasn't even eligible to play this past year in the EFL Cup. We got fined or something. So for him to go to Nantes, that's fine. Great. Best of luck to you, Chiravella. But he was just kind of another Kevin Stewart to me. Not a big deal. But going back to the Coutinho thing, because I know everyone's going to have some input on this. So, guys, let us know what you think about the whole Coutinho thing in the comments down below. Coutinho was my favorite player. He was everybody's favorite player, at one point in time. Everyone loved the little magician. And the hardest thing for me to accept is that he wanted to leave this club, given we had the best manager in the world. We were on the come up to go to Barcelona. And then everything that happened, he was told was going to happen by Klopp. He said, "You're just going to be another player. You're not going to be the star." And I think he was so brainwashed by whatever Barcelona was telling him, whatever they were feeding him. I mean, his wage, the little perks he would get in Barcelona. The weather was another big factor. I remember when he first came in, he did an interview saying he didn't like the weather in Liverpool. I don't know, just all this other stuff. And if he comes back, that's great for the club. Like you said, we're an accepting club. I don't want him to ever forget like what happened. You know what I mean? It's kind of spiteful, but
Yeah, I mean, in 20 years when we look back, when they're making documentaries about the rise of this Liverpool team, or that you just read things on the internet about Liverpool's Champions League victory, they'll touch on Coutinho and they'll say like, yeah, he left with a bad taste in everyone's mouth or whatever, but he also was like our best player for a little
he
while.
what? And you got to respect that he was.
However, I was pissed when he left. I'm still pissed at him.
Yep.
If I was making the decision, I would consider it. Can't say if I would say yes or no. But James Pierce retweeted something from Simon Hughes. Coutinho back to Liverpool rumor doing the rounds today. Told that the deal would be impossible in capital letters. Few colleagues wrote about his career being at a crossroads not too long ago. And then they linked to an article about him.
So that in no way sounds like he's coming.
No. However, I do think that if Pierce retweeted it, then it's a legitimate thing.
Rumor?
Yeah, like I don't know. This guy just he's devoted his life to reporting about Liverpool.
No, you're right. He has.
Millions of people rely on him. So like I would agree now that it's actually a thing, because I read a lot of stuff and I'm just like, no.
Right.
This I think is real. If he comes back, I'll welcome him. I'll be pissed, but I'm like, hey, look, you can play 20 minutes a game.
Yeah, and you got to think too. There's no question that Coutinho's telling his agent, "Hey, push for Liverpool, right? Put out rumors, put out all these feelers, try to make it happen." I mean, that's just how the business works. So
he wants to come back and make amends.
Yeah,
it's a love story. It's like a
it is a love story.
He comes back and just like lights it up, and we just win
trophy
for the next 3 years.
He'll have my heart forever.
They're gonna be like, yeah, Coutinho, like that was a bump in his career, and then he trials and tribulations, and then he came back, and now he's back on top of the world. Though He's still not as good as
No,
Salah or Mane. But we just need somebody that can just pull some strings and deliver to these guys. It'd be nice.
it would be nice. It'd be good morale too because we have a lot of Brazilians on the team now, man. We got
Yeah, they don't
Fabinho,
give. They don't
Allison.
care.
What?
They don't care. Like I don't think some of those players care.
I think him. Well, Coutinho. Apparently, Coutinho is really close with like Neymar. I think that's like his best friend. They've been friends since they were kids.
Mhm.
So remember when he was back linked with PSG? I believed all that. But there's no question he was close with Firmino when he was here. They're all close. All the Brazilian players are close. I wonder if he's in contact with any of the players.
Sure he is.
Yeah,
I'm sure he is. Yeah, of course. Where does he play right now? Is he at Barcelona
he's back at Barcelona. No, he's at Bayern still.
still?
Yeah, I think so.
Is he even playing?
Who knows? I know he
My
played when he
gosh.
first made the loan move over there. He played the first few games and he did pretty well. But I haven't heard anything about him since then. And it's so crazy. We're still in the same season, so I keep thinking that we're restarting a new season. So, but he's probably still at Bayern. I don't see why he would move.
He
But
must feel like complete crap and wants to make amends because when he left, we got better.
you know what? And that's part of me that satisfies my hate for him. So it's like, all right, so bear with me, fans. All right, it satisfies me enough to like, hey, you learned your lesson, so now we'll take you back. But I still don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, if I was a betting man, I'd say no.
Yeah, and based on
Definitely
what the
no.
tweet you just said with James Pierce, yeah.
No
But
one's bigger than the club, Phil. No one.
let's move
Not
on to
even Bobby.
previewing. What'd you say?
Not even Bobby is bigger than the club. No single person is bigger than the club.
No, the closest man is Van Dyke, and he's very close. He's
Yeah.
very close. So let's move on to previewing a little bit of the Everton game. So, uh, Arsenal play Man City. Don't think Arsenal are going to pull out the dub. So we're probably not going to be winning against Everton. But you think Origi gets a start against Everton?
No,
Ooh, no, he's
no.
not starting.
He
He'll
might come
probably
in
come off
later
the
in the game.
bench.
Yeah, he'll come off the bench for sure. They'll give Mane a breather, but no, that front three, man, we're back. It's gonna
Amazing.
be. Whew, I just hope Bobby gets a cut. Actually, no, let it go, Bobby. Let it go.
Let it go.
Yeah, what if he grows his hair out super long with curls, like long?
Like Maradona long. Like,
Yeah, Maradona long, bro.
ooh.
That's the only Bobby we haven't seen yet.
We've seen ponytail Bobby. We've seen what else? We've seen all sorts of Bobbies.
Oh man, if he grows it out, that's the only thing we're missing.
Ponytail Bobby was one of the best Bobbies.
I mean, yeah, the one of the best Bobbies to like celebrate with.
True.
The best Bobby is Bobby today. He's just unbelievable.
He's on. They're all unbelievable. And then what about our midfield? Do you think Klopp's going with his standard Fabinho, Milner, Hendo, or Fabinho, Wijnaldum, Hendo, or do you think he'll throw in a Keita? Because Keita played well, man.
Keita did play well. That's the only one I could see him slotting in.
Yeah.
Ox won't be in there. I don't think Keita will be in there either. I think it's going to be Hendo, Fabinho, Wijnaldum. That's what I think.
Okay.
I think that's the staple.
Of course.
Regular back four: Gomez, Van Dijk, the boys, right back, left back, and
So
then the front
Gomez and
three.
not Matip.
Gomez. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he'll play Gomez too. It's a derby game, so I think he's not taking any risks. I think he wants to dominate them. Like, I think Klopp wants to just destroy Everton.
Yeah, I think he does too. It's just crazy that the fans aren't going to be there. I just can't believe it.
I don't even think I'll notice. I'm just going to be so pumped to watch the boys play. What time is it on Sunday?
No, it's a good question.
Yeah, and another thing, people are saying we don't necessarily have to buy Coutinho. There are reports of saying there's a loan deal that could happen, like a loan with an option to buy. But the same thing was with Ousmane Dembele, which is ridiculous. We're not going after Ousmane Dembele. It just seems it's so crazy, man. Think about this. Barcelona have been trying to buy every good player off us for the last 5 years. And now that they're like all the players are trash, they're trying to loan them off on us. It's just like, what are they doing over there?
Dude, it's just absolutely insane. But
Horrible.
2 o'clock p.m.
2:00 p.m.
Perfect
Okay.
time. Perfect time.
Beautiful.
Go out, get some exercise, have some lunch. Whew. Come back, watch my man Fabinho clean everything up.
The vacuum.
Feed it out wide. We got Trent and Robbo whipping in crosses.
Good
Oh,
God.
I can't even I just want to see I just want to see football in general. Of course, I'm excited to watch Liverpool, but
Yeah.
when is the first game? Thursday?
3 days before ours. June 17th. So maybe 4 days.
Wednesday?
Wednesday. I was thinking Wednesday?
17th is Wednesday.
Yeah, it starts with Arsenal, Man City, and then it's like Sheffield United and someone else. I'll have to look at the schedule, but
My goodness.
yeah, it's going to be awesome to see the boys come back. And what's going to suck is that actually it's not going to suck at all because what do we need? 2 wins to finalize the league. When that happens, I'm going crazy on this channel. We're going to be doing videos every day probably. But man,
I want to go celebrate. I want to go over there and celebrate,
yes.
but we cannot. However, score predictions. Everton.
Score predictions. You're first.
It pains me to say it, but 3-1.
3-1 Liverpool.
They're going to get one. I think they're going to get a
one?
shitty one. Deflection. Richarlison will tap it in or something ugly. 3-1 dominating win.
I'll go 4-1, and I'll go Origi comes off the bench and gets a goal.
Okay. Ferd embarrasses himself. 3-1. That's my
3-1?
prediction.
All right.
Yeah.
That's good. Who are your goal scorers?
Good question. Mane, he'll find a way.
Always does.
I'm going to go front three.
Front 3 each. Okay.
Front three. Bang, bang, bang. The boys.
I like it. I'll go Firmino, Mane. I'll go Firmino, Mane, Van Dijk, Origi.
I love it.
I'm spreading it out.
As much as I want to say Ox, Keita, and Fabinho,
Do you have any?
can't.
I just want Robertson to score 4.
I was watching highlights earlier of he's had like him and Van Dijk have had like a couple chances this year that were like golden opportunities that they've missed, and it's just like God, when you get a chance, like he needs to rip it more.
Yeah,
he always rips it over the bar, but like
always
practice it, get your knee over the ball, and fire away.
Yeah, well, he has a whip on him, man. You know who was good at shooting, despite he wasn't good at anything else. But you know who was good with shooting from the left back was Alberto Moreno. He could shoot.
Yes, he could.
Yeah.
He had a crazy curl on his ball. I like to see Trent shoot more than Trent's got one of the best shots on the team, in my opinion.
Best. Oh,
It's an absolute laser. And of course, he's the free kick guy too. So he definitely can shoot. I'd like to see him shoot a little bit more. Like I get the crosses, but like sometimes I think he's erring on the side of cross when he has a look at goal. And especially when teams are parking 11 at the back, you don't get that many clean looks. And when he gets one, I think he's just got to start ripping it a little bit more.
Well, I think he has been. The only time he really rips one is on the break, because when you think about it, his position isn't optimal for taking shots. You know what I mean? It's optimal for getting crosses into the box. So I think Trent, when he does score, like look at the break against Leicester where he had that beautiful goal. And then, of course, his free kick goals against Chelsea last year. I mean, he takes his chances, but his position isn't optimal. Same thing with Robertson. Robertson rarely shoots unless he's doing like a 1-2 on the edge of the box or he's on the break. So both of them can shoot, though. You know what I mean? All of our players can shoot.
The Ox has a cannon on him too.
Cannon. I was watching
they all can shoot.
The Champions League highlights from 17-18 against Man City and Roma. Chamberlain can shoot. Man.
Yeah, I just can't wait for Man City to lose.
Nothing better.
My brain's just all over the place right now. I want Man City to lose. I want to beat Everton.
Man City to lose, beat Everton. Let us know what you guys think in the comments below. What do you want to see happen? Who do you want to see in your starting 11 game time against Everton? And that is all we have for you today on the Sunday Summary Talk Show. Steven, do you have any closing thoughts?
Yes, bring Sacco back.
Bring Sacco back. I was doing a video earlier this week with Dominic Rich FC. Go ahead and check out his channel. But he gave me a good question. He said, if you could take one Liverpool player back on a free transfer between Sterling, Coutinho, and Sacco, all right? He also had some other good questions as well. But I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, objectively, a lot of people would choose Coutinho, all right? But I'm choosing Sacco. Sacco's the man.
Yeah, I watched that video. That was a great video, by the way.
It was a
Nice
good
job,
video.
guys.
Yeah.
I want Sacco back. Bring
Yeah.
him back. We need another center back. Bring him back. He's an absolute legend. It'll never happen though because Klopp hates him, or they don't
Yeah, I
like
don't
each
know. I
other, or
never
whatever.
got a full he broke club rules or something, but I never got a full story on like what he actually did.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's get through the season. Let's win the league real quick. Get some of the other guys some playing time. I'd like to see the younger boys get in there, like we've talked about. I want to see Keita get some good runs,
Yes.
in there. Ox, Minamino, playing time, just like minutes. And
Absolutely
then
love it.
let's start thinking about possible transfers and next season.
Absolutely. And guys, if you enjoyed this Sunday Summary Talk Show, give it a thumbs up down below. Thanks for tuning in. And again, thank you all my new subscribers. We're past 230 now. It's amazing. Everyone just keep subscribing, keep sharing the channel. We're going to grow this community. And again, thanks for tuning in. Take care, Steve, and thanks for joining us, guys.